Alrighty, here's Pastor Petty again. One more week that I want to touch base with you and to connect you with our vision and connect you with what God is doing right now in this season. We've got a fantastic group coming to our church. They're called the Cox Family Singers. They'll be here January the 2nd at our 11 a.m. service. They are fantastic. They've opened up for some major singing groups, and we're going to have them at our church next Sunday. Also, remember we've got the New Year's Eve service coming up. We're going to start at 9 o'clock p.m. sharp, and we won't be finished until about 1 a.m. That'll give everybody a chance to eat and have fun and fellowship, and then we'll have the countdown at 12 midnight. And you got to remember, if you partied in the world, what is it like now to be able to come to church and party with or celebrate with believers and have the countdown and just be a part of this new era, new vision, new reviving spirit God is pouring out into the church. And so I just want you to be a part of that. And that night it's going to be a potluck, so you can bring food and pies and cakes and anything that you want to bring. And lastly, I want you to continue to come on Sundays. Say Sunday. All right, you said Sunday. Now, on Sundays, I'm going to continue to talk about spiritual warfare. It's been a really powerful series. It'll be series number 5. And in this particular part of the series, I'm going to be talking about what Ephesians 6 and verse 11 says. It says, put on the whole armor of God. Do you know that when he says put on the whole armor, in other epistles, Paul, he doesn't use the word armor, but he uses the word especially like in Colossians chapter 3 and verse 10, he says that you should put on the new man. Putting on the armor means to put on the new man. So if you put on the new man, that means you got to take off the old man. Putting on the armor of God is putting on the light, which is righteousness. It's a new man. And then secondly, what I've noticed about putting on the armor, it talks about you've got to also, in verse 12 of Colossians 3, Paul says, put on therefore as the elect of God, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering, forbearing one another, and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so you forgive them. But watch this. And then in verse 14 he says, and above all these things put on charity, which is love. So when you put on the whole armor, you're putting on love. And guess what? You got to put it on because God has commanded us to love one another. And when you love one another, you're putting on the whole armor. I'll see you next Sunday.